Hey, if you clicked onto this video, you are interested in learning about the DJI Neo. Now, a lot of people are looking at this drone because of the selfie capabilities, and I'm gonna get into some demonstrations and show you guys the image quality, what the drone is able to do without the remote, and then I'm gonna show you the different remotes that you can hook up. Now, I definitely think that this is the most family friendly, the easiest to fly out of the drones that I have seen on the market. I think that this is an excellent option if you're looking into drones for the first time, like I was not too long ago. Without any remote, it can just like automatically track you, and it can also do top level FPV flight. Now, if you don't even know what that is, I'm gonna give you some demonstrations. Don't worry, we'll get into that. Now, I know what you want to see is you want to see some image quality and some demonstrations of how the drone actually works. So let's do that. I'm gonna put it into its selfie mode, and I'm gonna show you some of the shots that you can get without using a remote, just in its automatic selfie mode. All right, let's get started. Okay, so let's do our first flight with the DJI Neo. I'm gonna take the lens guard off, put this in my pocket, and I'm gonna turn it on. Of course, I have a battery fully charged inside here. I'm gonna push the button right here underneath the DJI logo. I'm gonna push once and push again and hold, and you'll see the lights turning on, and now the props are turning. The DJI Neo is turning on. Now, if I face this way, the camera needs to be facing me to track me. I'm gonna see there's a couple different modes right here.
Droney, circle, rocket, spotlight, direction track, follow.
Okay, so those are the 6 modes that we have programmed on the DJI Neo. Again, we're not using a remote control. We're just launching this out of our hand. One more thing to show you guys is that we have some sensors underneath the DJI Neo. This is how the Neo knows that your palm is underneath it and ready to land onto your palm. That's gonna come in useful in just a moment. One last final note is that the DJI Neo cannot be moving while you're pushing and holding this button. It's not going to launch. I'm gonna demonstrate that really quickly. So I'm pushing and holding.
Medium, follow, 3, 2, 1. Unable to take off, aircraft in motion.
The DJI Neo will not take off if you're moving or rotating the drone like this. It needs to be very still. So flat palm, hold it still, and we're gonna take off this time.
Medium, follow, 3, 2, 1.
Okay, just like that, the Neo is landed into my hand. You see, I put my hand right underneath those sensors and it just lands right onto my hand. So let's change the mode into this rocket mode, and let's see, I think it will look cool. Maybe if I go right about here, and you guys will be able to see the temple behind me here. So let me change the mode
Droney,
into this droney. So the droney is gonna go like up and back. It'll kind of go like up and over that. Here, let's do this. I'll do it right from underneath this gate. This will look cool. Okay, right here. Again, flat palm, no movement, push and hold.
4 meters. Droney, 3, 2, 1.
Okay, so I'm not sure if you can see that really because my camera here is angled down a little bit, but you saw the Neo is not perfect. It doesn't really have the best sensors. It doesn't really have any sensors other than the sensors underneath it. So you saw it kind of like came up a little bit, and I had to like recenter myself to get it to land into my palm. So you're gonna have to expect that it's not gonna come perfectly down to your palm every single time. You might need to adjust underneath the drone a little bit. Okay, let's try the next mode,
Circle.
which is circle. So I'm gonna step over here. I think this is perfect because I'm kind of in this temple garden. So let's do a circle right about here. Hopefully it goes over those flowers over there. It looks like there's nothing that it's going to hit. Maybe the tops of that tree right there. So I'm gonna launch it just a little bit high. I'm gonna hold it like this. Okay, here we go. Hold it nice and still.
2 meters. Circle, 3, 2, 1.
Okay, so what did we see? Well, first off, it said 2-meter circle. So it said it's going to go out 2 meters and then it's going to orbit around. It's going to rotate around in a 2-meter diameter circle. So at the end of the video, also right over here, did you notice I moved a little bit over here and the drone continued to track me? It doesn't just set a GPS point in the middle where I was standing. It's actually going to track you. So if you do a circle and you start moving, the drone is going to move with you. So let's see if we can get a kind of dynamic shot. I'm not sure if it's gonna work. I've never tried this before. Let's do this together. Okay, so circle, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna let it get out there, I'm gonna let it start, and then I'm gonna start walking that way to see if it will do kind of a direction track with me, a dynamic direction track. So let's see this. This is the first time I've ever tried this. Let's do this together. Here we go.
2 meters.
2 meters, circle.
3, 2, 1.
Yeah, it doesn't really know what's going on. It's trying to track me. It's trying to do a circle. It doesn't really know what's going on. So I just confused the Neo, definitely. So I think it's going to try to come back down and land. Let's see if it will track me now. Okay, I'm here. Now do your circle. Go. No? Okay, so I definitely just confused the Neo. So there's another mode later that we'll be able to try and do a more dynamic shot like that. So it doesn't work. You need to stay in one spot if you're doing the circle mode. So let's do the next one. Rocket. I think the rocket again will look cool over here. I'm gonna go all the way out to the end over here, and it's basically just gonna go straight up. Oh, maybe it will look cool with this flower garden right here, maybe. Let's see if it goes just straight up right here. Let's just do it right here in the middle of the garden. Okay, so rocket is gonna go up.
4 meters. Rocket. 3, 2, 1.
Wow, it's way up there. I'm bending over backwards like this. Maybe this would look cool if I was laying down. How does this look? Yo, oh, my arm is broken on this side. I can't really do that full. So here we go. How's it going? Yeah. All right, it's coming back down. I need to land it. And here it comes. And you can see it's done, and it's... Okay, got it. So that would be a cool one if you were laying down on the ground, I think, or if you had a cool, for example, if there was like a little spot in the middle of that little flower patch over there, or like even the grass. Like that's a really simple, easy move to get a really cool top-down shot. That's a very unique shot. Okay, let's see. What's this one? Spotlight. So let's see what Spotlight does. I believe Spotlight just tracks you and moves around you. So let's see what this does. Oh, no. I know what it does. So if I am the spotlight, that means it's going to move wherever I move. So it's going to stay here. So for example, if I launch it right here and it's tracking me, it's going to stay right here. And it's going to go anywhere I go.
3, 2, 1.
Okay, so it's going to stay there. It's locked onto me. And now I'm moving. It's not going to move. It's just going to pan. Okay, it's moving a tiny bit. Let's see what happens if I move to it. Nothing. Okay, so that one's pretty cool because you could maybe set up a shot where you're walking down this path right here and you want it just to pan with you like that. That's a really cool spot. That's a really kind of cool shot that you can't really get unless you have a friend with you with an iPhone trying to get that shot of you. Okay, so let's do the final one. Direction track. Let's see what this does. I can't remember exactly, but I think it's gonna move with me. So let's do this one. I'm gonna launch it right here.
Unable to take off. Finish tutorial in DJI Fly First.
Okay, so it's telling me I need to go to a DJI app. Okay, so that means if I stop moving for 3 seconds, it's gonna come back to me. It thinks that I'm ready to land. Okay, so let's try this out. So, okay. And now I don't want to use the phone, so I'm gonna cancel the app. to show you guys that you can do this without the app. So that it made me do the tutorial on the app. But anyways, let's launch right here.
Close. Direction track. 3, 2, 1.
Oh, very cool. Nice. Okay, let's see if it can go fast. Let's see if it can go really fast. Whoa! Okay, it's still on me. It's backing up. And now it's going sideways. Check this out. Wow, that's so cool. Let's try again. Sorry for the camera shake. Yeah, he's back there. Okay. Okay, so those are the 6 modes that we use. Direction track is actually really cool. It didn't stay over here in this zone. It definitely turned into kind of a follow mode and kept following me like back and forth down this way. But that is really, really cool. So there is the selfie modes with the DJI Neo, no remote. Now, I wanted to bring this up. There are different settings you can change for each of these modes. Some of them had like a follow, 3-meter follow, for example. Let's go into the DJI Fly app and change some of these parameters. So right here, direction track flat. I'm gonna go back to the follow mode. And I can see I've got medium, flat, and video. Okay, I'm gonna change to far, and I'm gonna change to high. And that's all I can do, okay? So let's go way back over here. And now with our changed settings, we'll be able to compare the follow mode that we had on medium and flat. So let's start this, and I'm gonna start right here with the phone. So now we're using the phone to control. So starting.
2, 1.
Okay, so now we are in far and high mode.
Landing.
Okay, so that might get a little confusing for some of you. It didn't have an automatic landing procedure. I had to go into the manual joysticks and push down on it. It wasn't coming down for me. So that's something that you guys need to pay attention, that if you're using the phone or the other remotes, that you're gonna have to be able to sometimes fly the drone to help land it. So let's do the same thing. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna change to a low height and show you guys the difference between the flat, high, and low. And I think that's all I'm gonna do for today because I have got to go to dinner. So let's get back here. Okay, so now we're gonna be using a far and low mode. Okay, here we go, start.
2, 1.
Okay, so now you can see the Neo is dropping down for this low mode.
Landing.
Okay, so that one shows me that if you don't hit stop recording and then you walk over to the drone and put your hand underneath the drone, then the drone will land. But if you hit stop, it's expecting that you're gonna take control of the drone. So let's see what else we can do with these different modes. We've got our droney. Let's see how high we can go. Oh, we can do 10 meters? No way, we can do a droney with 10 meters. Let's do that one. I'm a little bit worried that I might hit that tree over there, so I'm gonna be careful. I'm gonna go right here, and I'm gonna do a droney that way, because I think that this arch looks really cool with the sunset in the background. So I'm gonna go about here, and now I'm at 10 meters. I want the height to go up. So this is pretty cool. You can do a droney where it just goes straight back, or you can do a rise where the droney goes up. So we're gonna do up. So let's go back to here, and this is gonna go 10 meters. That's pretty far. Okay, let's see how it goes. Okay, it looks like it's a little bit crooked. Personally, I'm really picky. I want that to be super, super square. So I want that to come back. You can see on the progress bar here that it's going around the circle. Okay, and now it's coming back. Again, I'm really picky. I want this to be right dead square, which I thought I had it pretty square. Let's try again. Okay.
Landing.
Okay, that was pretty good, but again, I want this to be nice and square. So I'm holding this about as straight as I can right down this walkway because I want it to be nice and straight. So let's try this again.
3,
Start.
2, 1.
Okay, this one's gonna be better. I can tell already. It's a little bit more straight with me. So the path, you can see I'm on the path right here, looks pretty cool. So you could imagine doing your rocket, or is this one rocket or droney? So now I'm pretty cool. And it's coming back. You can imagine doing your pose with your boyfriend or girlfriend or whatever right here, or your family, say hi. Okay, here comes the drone.
Landing.
Okay, that was really cool. Let's do a circle and see what we can change. 20 meters? 20 meter circle. There's no way. I will definitely hit one of these trees. I'm gonna do a 10 meter. Let's do a 10 meter. Let's see if I can get, is that 10 meters? I don't know, 10 meters. Let's try 10 meters. Let's just see what happens. I'm doing this for you guys. Okay, one last one right here.
2, 1.
Okay, 10 meters, here we go. Okay, 10 meters is going all the way out. Do I have 10 meter clearance on all of this side? I don't know. Here it goes. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Look at it go. Perfect 10 meter circle right here. Wow, I got super, super lucky. Wow, it's going really fast. This is incredible. This is the perfect 10 meter circle. I just nailed it. Wow, no way. It's coming right back down the walkway right here to me. That was so cool.
Landing. Landing. Landing.
Okay, the circle was really, really cool. It went really, really fast. I can't wait to see that when I get home. And then did you see when it came and landed, it kind of had like a little freak out, kind of like came up next to my face and then it backed up and it was saying landing, landing, landing. Okay, let's see, is there anything else? The rocket. Let's do one last one. Let's do the rocket. Let's see how high it can go. Again, 10 meters. Okay, this is really cool. So I'm gonna lay down right here. Let's see how high it can go. Okay, rocket, start.
3, 2.
Oh, wait, stop. What's this? No rotation. Rotation on. What is that? Is that gonna churn while it's going up and down? I don't know, let's see. Okay, rotation on 10 meters. Let's go again. Okay, here we go, start.
2, 1.
Okay, here it goes. I think it's gonna go up and it's gonna track me and it's gonna rotate. Okay, I'm gonna lay down. Like this. There it goes. Oh, this is cool. It's rotating. I can see on the screen right here. Check that out. It's going up 10 meters. That's pretty high. And today is the perfect day because there's no wind. So this is literally the perfect day to do these dronies. Today is the perfect day because there's no wind. Okay, it's recording 2 clips. So one on the way up and then one on the way down. So look at this. Yeah. I'm such a dork. Okay. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Okay, it's back onto me. But it looks like the tracking was like going way over there for some reason. Okay, I'm back. I wonder if it will come down and land on me right down here. Quick shot complete. Aircraft returning. Come on down. Come down. I'm sitting down still.
Landing.
Okay, it definitely needed me to stand up and land. Okay, I'm gonna have to pause and come back to this tutorial because I'm late for dinner. My girlfriend's gonna kill me, but I was up here having fun with you guys and the DJI Neo. I'll come back and I'll show you guys the other remotes that you can connect to. The RC2, the RCN2, the motion controller, and the FPV setup. Those are really, really cool. You don't wanna miss it. I'll be back. Hey, good morning. I am back again at the same temple. It's the next day. I have the DJI Neo. There's a couple more things I want to talk about with the DJI Neo and connecting to a smartphone. One of them is a pro, one of them is kind of a con. So let's get started. You can actually use the DJI Neo as a vlogging camera. And let me show you what I mean. Basically, the DJI Neo is going to record video and your smartphone is going to act as the microphone. Now there's a little microphone icon right here in the menu. If I tap this, it's going to cross it out. It means that it's not going to record the audio. And if I open that back up, it's going to record the audio. Now, the audio is not amazing, I'll promise you that. It's not the best audio in the world, but it is usable. And what I use this for is actually for scratch audio. Scratch audio is a reference so that when I'm editing, I want to be able to line up these clips. For example, I'm recording right here with this camera, and I want this video to line up with this camera. Now, how do I do that? I can visually try to line them up, or I can use the audio waveform when I'm editing to line these clips up. And a lot of video editors actually have an auto alignment feature. So that's very, very helpful for me when I'm editing these videos to be able to line up the video that the DJI Neo captures with the Insta360 Ace Pro camera that I'm using right here. So let me just give you a quick demonstration of what the audio sounds like straight into the iPhone. One thing that you'll notice with this audio is that you won't be able to hear the propeller noise. When I'm using my DJI microphone right here, the propeller noise is there, and I would have to go in and try to cancel and cut that frequency out to try to cancel that noise. So that's one reason why the iPhone or smartphone audio doesn't sound that great, is because it's doing some noise cancellation, which is actually very tricky. It's happening automatically for you. So that's actually kind of nice. So let's just take off and I'll give you the example.
Take off.
There we go. And so just to give you an example, the DJI Neo is right here, and right now you're listening to me with the DJI Mic Mini routed into my Insta360 Ace Pro. And I'm gonna start recording on the DJI Neo. Okay, so now we're recording on the DJI Neo, and the audio is coming from my iPhone, and it's being merged together in the iPhone in the recording right here. So you shouldn't be able to hear the props, even though the DJI Neo is right here next to me. So again, I'm gonna cut to the DJI Mic Mini, which is routed into my vlogging camera. And now you're listening to me with the iPhone, which is connected to the DJI Neo. I did not show you guys this yesterday. These are the manual joysticks that you can use on the DJI Neo's menu. So when you connect with your smartphone, you're actually able to control the DJI Neo like a regular drone by using these joysticks right here. And if you switch into full screen mode like this, now your joysticks are a little bit more comfortable like this, kind of like one of the remotes. So I have my up, my down, my rotate left, my rotate right, and my move right, move left, move up, move down, or move forward, move backwards. So I'm gonna bring the Neo back, bring it down. Okay, the next thing I want to talk about is the range and limitations that you have when using the smartphone as your remote. So the smartphone connects to the DJI Neo via Wi-Fi. So it's using a Wi-Fi signal. That means you're pretty limited in how far you're able to take the DJI Neo. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to fly the DJI Neo as far away from me as I can over that way. I'm gonna guess that I might be able to get to the temple over there, which you can see is it's like a stone's throw away. It's not that far away from me.
Take off.
Also, this is full speed. This is as fast as the Neo can go. I was able to get to the tree.
Distance reached.
There it is, right there. Just over the temple, which is about a stone's throw away for me. I mean, I don't know how far you can throw a rock, but I could throw a rock about that far. And that's about as far as the Neo can go. Actually, that is as far as it can go. You can see right here, it says max flight distance reached. So I'm gonna turn around and it won't let you go any farther. You can go higher, you can go lower, but you're not gonna be able to go any farther. So let's see how high I can go up. And this is a beautiful shot, look at this. Oh, the signal is lost. So right here, the smartphone and the Neo is having a hard time. So it was a little bit disconnected there. Now let's go up as high as I can go and see what the max height is. Signal lost.
Flight distance reached.
Today is the perfect day to do this because there's hardly any wind. I can feel now just a little hint of wind coming through. Still going up. Very, very
max
slowly. Okay, so there's our max altitude, and it does not tell me any information on here. Let me go to full screen to see if it changes.
Max altitude reached.
Yeah, it doesn't give me any.
Max flight distance reached.
The only information I can see on this remote is I've got about 70% battery. I've got about 9 minutes and 50 seconds left of recording, and yeah, that's about it. That's all I can see. So I'm gonna hit return to home right here. Land. Oh, no, I don't want that. That's gonna land in the location. So I don't even see a return to home feature on here. So I can stop recording, I can start recording. That's basically about it. So I'm gonna stop the recording and I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna land the drone. So let's go forward and down. So that's not bad. It's up there, but you would not want to do this on a windy day. It would be very easy to lose your DJI Neo. So come on back, Neo.
Landing.
Okay, the DJI Neo is so slow and so vulnerable when you use the smartphone. If it was windy at all, the Neo would have been getting blown around. It's just so slow. It does work, so if you're somebody who wants like the ultimate lightweight drone, I think that this is a great option. You just use your smartphone, but you just need to be very, very careful because it would be so easy for the wind to push this drone and make it, fly off into the forest or whatever. Okay, so now I have the DJI RCN3 remote out. Unfortunately, I forgot the right cable. It does come with these short cables that are the perfect size. Unfortunately, this one is the USB-C to USB Lightning, that old Apple port, and my new iPhone 16 Pro is a USB-C. So I had to use this cable, so don't mind the long crazy cable. It's just a data cable. Anyways, what I need to do is reconnect this remote control to the DJI Neo because the DJI Neo has been connected to my other remote controls like the motion controller and the FPV controller. So what I need to do is tell this remote controller, hey, reconnect to the DJI Neo. So how do we do that? We go in the top right corner, there's 3 dots in that menu. We're gonna go to control. We're gonna scroll all the way down to the bottom and we need to hit connect to aircraft. Now the remote controller is gonna start beeping and it's gonna tell me to push the power button on the DJI Neo. I believe this is the same with the other drones too. I'm gonna have to push the power button for 4 seconds on the DJI Neo. So let's connect to aircraft. Here's the beeping. And I'm gonna push and hold the power button on the DJI Neo right here for 4 seconds. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And it beeped and that means it's connecting.
Approached edge of altitude
and it's
zone.
connected and it's now I can see the video. So now we'll be able to take off with this drone and this remote control setup. So let's see, I am in C mode. So we've got 3 different modes right here. We've got C, N, and S. S is for sport, N is for neutral, I believe, and C is for cinematic, very slow. So actually one of the keys to getting beautiful shots with your DJI drone is going very slow. So finding the shot that you want and then moving very slow. Sometimes I'll move the drone very quickly to get a nice shot, but most of the time, my most beautiful shots are done very, very slowly. So a lot of times I'll use C or N to take the drone off because it's gonna be in its like slow mode. I don't want it to take off really crazy, especially from around people. And the sport mode I'm gonna use to get somewhere very, very quickly. So you saw how slow the DJI Neo was when I connected with the smartphone. Now we're connected to this remote control RCN3, and this now is connected to satellites. Before with the smartphone, we were only connected with Wi-Fi, so we were very limited with our range and our signal connection. So now, right now, we are connected to 24 satellites. You can see that right here on the screen. And so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take off and I'm just gonna very quickly go to the same distance that we were at that. You're gonna see how fast I can get over there. And then I'm gonna go even farther. I'm gonna get this beautiful shot coming over the ridge line right here. I'm gonna show you just how far you can go with the DJI Neo. Make sure that we've got a pretty good battery. Yeah, so we're 85%. So I'm pretty confident today with no wind that I'll be able to get very, very far. So let's get started. So to fly the drone, to launch the drone, we push both of the joysticks in and down like this, kind of to the inside corners. So let's do that and we're taking off. Here we go.
Home point updated.
Okay, so it just said home point updated. What that means is that if it has any issue with connecting to the remote controller, if it has a lost connection, it's gonna start return to home, RTH, and it's gonna try to land right here, set a GPS point right here. So let me switch into sport mode now and watch how fast the DJI Neo is. Okay, so I'm gonna go up and forward all of the way. Here we go. Yeah, baby, that's awesome. Okay, so if you remember, we were about right over the top of this temple when we had the connection issue. And you can see I've still got full connection. So I'm gonna go all the way up and over these trees. And one thing I need to do is I want to make sure that I'm facing the DJI Neo as it's connected so that it has the best connection possible. So I'm gonna go up even farther and I'm gonna go even farther. Let's see how far we can go with the DJI Neo up over here. So we're gonna go all the way over this ridge, way up over here. We can go really, really far. So we've got 60 meters that we can go up from this point right here. So I'm at 46 meters. I'm gonna go up a little bit higher. Let's go to 55. And then I'm just gonna push the Neo to see how far I can go. At some point, the ridge is gonna get in the way, but I've still got full connection. Still full connection. Oh, I'm starting to lose one bar. Gonna go up a little bit more. Push it all the way to the top of the altitude zone.
Max altitude reached.
Okay, so I'm at 60 meters, I'm at max altitude, and I still have full connection. Let me turn around and just show you. This says that I'm 250 meters that way, and I'm 60 meters up in the sky. I'm starting to feel a little bit of wind, so I want to be a little bit careful with how far I'm going, because this really can go really, really far. You can see with this remote control connected to the satellites, which now I'm connected to 28, I just saw 31 satellites. It can go really, really far. Now you've got like a pro level drone, but it still is susceptible. It's still a very lightweight drone. So now we're coming back, look at this. So I'm sitting down in the middle of the arches right down there. How beautiful is this? My number one tip to get beautiful shots, and what we do is we just take our finger and we drag the finger just like this over the item that we want. There we go. And now we have activated the spotlight mode. And we need to move this joystick just a little bit right, a little bit left, a little bit right, a little bit left. There we go. So now we have a GPS point locked on our home screen where we're sitting. So I want to be able to keep the drone aimed right at that spot where I'm flying. POI is going to fly a full circle and it's going to lock onto this position. The spotlight, if I go forward or if I go down, it's going to stay locked onto that point. So it's going to try to keep that GPS point right where I keep it. So let's do this. I'm going to record video now. And now I'm getting this beautiful shot. And really all I'm doing is taking my finger and pulling off to the right. How epic is this? Super, super easy. This is how you get the beautiful shots. I've been flying drones for a while now. I even use them in my commercial work. So now I'm gonna go down. We've got about 48% on the battery left. And I'm gonna fly, in sport mode, I'm gonna fly all the way around. So I'm gonna just go all the way, all the way, all the way. And one thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull back on the joystick, and now the drone is gonna go backwards as it's orbiting out. And I can hear the drone right now. It's out about this way. And now that's about as far as I wanna go. And now I'm gonna continue off to the right side. And the Neo it's doing pretty good. Now you can really see where I'm at. You can get this beautiful shot right here of the temple and the Golden Gates. You can see me sitting down there in the middle of the Golden Gates. How awesome is this? The DJI Neo is very, very capable, especially if you know what you're doing. So I'm gonna bring it back. I'm gonna save this recording. I'm gonna cancel by hitting the X. I'm gonna cancel that spot right there, and I'm gonna bring it home. And how I'm gonna bring it home is by using the return to home feature. So I'm gonna push this return to home. There's a land feature, which is gonna just try to land right over there, and there's a return to home. So let's return to home, push and hold that, and let's see what it does. It's going to gain some altitude, and you can see right here, it's got this little green path. It's just returning to home. I don't want it to hit this golden arch, so I'm gonna be able to watch it. If it's gonna hit the golden arch, I'm gonna cancel the return to home. It does not have sensors, so it does not know if it's gonna come crashing down. So let's see how good it does. It looks like it's gonna land right on top of the arch. So I'm gonna cancel this right here. Okay, so I'm canceled it, and now I'm gonna land it by myself.
Landing.
How awesome is that? The DJI Neo is very, very capable, much more capable than people like to admit. So that was flying with this RCN3 remote. Okay, now I'm connected to the DJI RC2, and I wanna show you guys a couple reasons why I like this remote over this one, which this one is fine. If you just want to save money and have a very capable remote control, this one is great, but I like to be able to use my smartphone as a smartphone, especially because I'm a content creator. Sometimes I'm filming on my smartphone. I don't want to have to use my smartphone as a dedicated screen for the DJI drone. So for me, that is the main reason why I like to use this remote control. Also, I can use these stronger antennas, so I'm able to have a more solid connection because these external antennas are giving me a stronger connection. And finally, this remote control has an SD card slot right here, which I can use to capture the screen recording right here. So if I want to show you guys the screen that I'm viewing right here with this drone, I can use this SD card slot to do that. I have to go into the settings and enable that. Let's put this up in the air really quickly and just do a little flight, and I'll show you guys. Let's see. This is beautiful. We'll do a fly through. So I'll just do a slow fly through right here. So I'm going to take off.
Home point updated.
There we go. And nice and slow and smooth, we're just gonna fly forward. And we're gonna start to go up right about here. There we go. Okay. And check this out, we can see Taipei 101 coming out right there. There it is, it's growing. This is a really cool shot. If I have maybe the DJI Mavic Pro with its long lens or the Air 3S, this would be a really, really cool shot. It's morning and it's overcast. It's a little bit flat light, but this would be very beautiful. So we're at 50 meters. We're just about at the limit right here. So 60 meters right here.
Max altitude reached.
And there's our max altitude. So not too much more to show you guys with this remote. I just like having the screen built in right here. I'm gonna cut this recording. Okay, and the last thing I wanted to mention about these remote controllers, both of these, is that when you are connected with either of these, you now can control the camera's settings. So I can control the resolution, whether I want to shoot in 4K or 1080p. I can set the frame rate at 4K, I can go to 30 frames per second, and 1080p, I can go up to 60 frames per second. I can control the white balance, I can control the shutter speed, I can control the ISO, and the f-stop is fixed at 2.8, which is not a true 2.8, but anyways, that just gives us full control over the camera. Now, in doing that, we're gonna be able to capture the most beautiful images with the DJI Neo. Now, in this video, I'm not gonna go deep dive into how to get the best image. Maybe I'll save that for another video because it's quite a long topic. I just think that it's important for you to know because when you connect only to your smartphone, you're not able to control those settings. So I think it's really important for you, if you do buy a DJI Neo, you should get one of these remotes, at least this basic one right here, because you're gonna be able to control your camera settings and get a much more beautiful image because you'll be able to control the exposure, control the shutter speed, the white balance, all of those settings. Let's move on now to the FPV setup. So this is the most pro setup that you can do. We're gonna start with the motion controller, and then we're gonna jump up onto this the remote controller 3, which is full manual mode. Okay, so now I have the DJI Neo connected to the motion controller 3, and I can see what the DJI Neo sees by using these goofy goggles right here. These are the goggles in 3. It's been a while since I flew with the motion controller 3, so I believe what I need to do is double tap this orange button on the side right here, and then the Neo will start flying. So let's do that. Yep, motor's starting. If I raise up like this, and then if I turn my wrist like this, I'll turn right and I'll turn left. So let's see how the Neo does. Oh, I can already tell it's a little bit more windy than it was when I was flying earlier. Okay, but this is pretty cool. So now I get this kind of bird-like feeling as I'm flying around. I'm gonna go down, 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 down. I'm gonna come down through here. And I'm gonna come flying through the archway. Wow, so cool. And there we go, through the archway, going up, 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 like that. Let's see if we can do it the opposite way. Let's go flying through the gate here. There I am sitting off to the right side. Yeah, nice, very, very cool. So you can see I'm able to really just point and aim this joystick like this. I just kind of rotate to the left and to the right by tilting like this, and it will go right and left. This is really cool. It gives you this immersive experience. Even if you have never flown a drone before, this is the easiest way to just start flying a drone. It's a little bit, you might get a little motion sick. My girlfriend, for example, the first time she flew, she did a great job, but after a little while, she started to get a little bit dizzy. I have been flying FPV now. I think I've got a total of about 50 hours in the simulator and in real life total combined. And I don't get motion sick anymore, so I'm totally used to the goggles. So this is a good example of what you can do with the DJI Neo motion controller setup. It's very, very cool. There's some easy acro mode. So let's go into the field over here and I'll show you guys what the easy acro modes can do. Okay, so now if I accelerate and I hit right or left, ooh, that's pretty cool. It does like a whole drift sequence. So then, yeah, so I'm gonna go forward like this and I'm gonna hit the left drift. Oh, that's actually pretty cool. And if I stop the accelerator, it's gonna stop. So got to be careful when you're flying backwards like that. So I'm gonna come through the gate. I'm gonna go up like this. I'm gonna turn this way. Okay, so now I'm gonna come through the gate right here. Come down a little bit, get lined up, and now hit the rotate and you can see, wow, it's a pretty cool reveal of the gate. And then if you want to stop going backwards, you need to release the trigger right here. So if you keep holding the trigger, it's gonna keep going backwards. So let's do one right here. And I'm gonna keep flying backwards, keep flying backwards, keep flying backwards, and stop. I need to let go of the trigger. So that's one thing that you might run into. I'm going pretty quick. I'm gonna do the drift and keep going backwards, and I need to stop. So I'm gonna let go of the trigger. That's important because, for example, if I was flying through this gate right here, and I'm gonna do it now, keep going backwards, I might run into these bushes right back over here. I don't want to do that. I've had some crazy jungle adventures trying to retrieve this drone already. So let's now go over here, get up a little bit higher, and we're going to do some flips. Okay, so we're going to go down into flip. So let's see what happens. You need to engage the trigger and flip. Wow, cool. It just did a backflip. All right, let's do a front flip and a barrel roll. Wow. Wow, very, very cool. So now you're able to do these flips. So I'm gonna be flying, and in the middle of my flight, it just is gonna do a back flip, and here's a front flip. Wow, cool. And now I'm gonna do a barrel roll. Let's go this way, and I'm gonna barrel roll. Wow, so much fun. Okay, and left and right. Again, very careful if you're pinching and flipping to stop the Neo. I'm going to now get onto the FPV controller, and you'll see I have even more control. But the FPV controller is very, very pro, so you need to take a lot of practice on the simulator in the computer in order to do this. This one, you need hardly any practice at all. You really could be a first timer. You could just grab the Motion Controller 3, take the DJI Neo out with these goggles, and you could have fun. Again, you have to have these goggles and the motion controller together to be able to do this experience. You can't just have the motion controller and fly the DJI Neo. It's not gonna work. So let me switch to the FPV controller and you'll see what I'm able to do with that. It's really, really cool. And now I'm at this level where I'm able to jump onto more professional drones. I'll stop talking, let's just get to flying. Okay, here we are at the final level. I have the DJI Neo connected to the FPV Controller 3. This is the most advanced control that you can do with a drone. Now, this is not the most advanced FPV drone, and I know that, but this is a very good beginner drone for an FPV pilot like myself. Okay, right away what you'll notice is that the DJI Neo is now like full potential unlock. So what I want to do is I want to come up here and I want to show you guys something that's really cool with the DJI Neo. Oh, I'm already at 60 meters, so I need to go here, back into sport mode. There we go. Back into the manual mode. Okay, so I'm not going to be able to go too far up, but I am going to be able to come down. So let's just do this where I buzz down right here, kill the throttle a little bit, And the DJI Neo is able to do these really cool aggressive flights like this. I'm gonna have to warm up a little bit. I'm too scared to do that right away. It's much faster than the motion controller. I'm in full manual mode, so every little input right here matters. So like I said, I'm gonna focus a little bit. I'm not able to go up the mountain too high. I'm in a 60-meter zone right here. So let's just do something that the motion controller can't do, which is this orbit like this. This is really cool. And now I'm gonna dive down into the yard here. I'm gonna slowly pull back up, and my goal is to be able to go through this gate and then show the temple like that. So let's do that again. I've got 78% motor. I'm gonna cruise kind of slowly on the way back. So here's our line. We're going to fly around this tree. A little bit up. We're gonna go forward, and we're gonna go diving down here. I'm killing the throttle. And through, and here comes our reveal of the temple. How cool is that? That was a beautiful flight. I got it on what, 3rd or 4th try? Again, this is very challenging. You need to do a lot of practice in the simulator. Let's do that again. I thought that was so cool. And let's do this again real quick. So we're gonna come up and over. I'm gonna kill the throttle, diving down, introducing throttle again. Wow, there we go. And this time I'm gonna reveal to the right. Well, the DJI Neo can do slow barrel rolls like that. It's not the best at this type of flying. It is a small, lightweight cine-whoop drone. So when we're talking about FPV stuff, it has a lot of prop wash. Prop wash is just something to do with aerodynamics in the prop area, and it's not able to do these maneuvers that well. So let's do some flips. Here we go. Let's do a flip. You'll notice the flips and the spins, I'm able to do them much slower than the easy acro mode. So the easy acro mode is like doing them very quickly like that. I want to do them nice and slow. Let's see what else I can do. I've showed you guys some flips. I've showed you a really cool fast line. Let's see if I can go back the opposite way. So I'm gonna kind of dive into here and back up. Whoa, was that a bird? That was kind of a big bird right there. Anyways, I really like FPV. It's kind of like a real life video game. You can get these really dynamic, beautiful shots. It's great for real estate. A lot of people are flying FPV drones now for real estate. And I'm using it, well, I selfishly am using it because it's a lot of fun, but I am also using it because I do some commercial directing. I do some commercial work here with social media, on social media with some of my sponsorship stuff. I will, for example, I just did a video with Vans, Taiwan. Let's focus here. Okay, we're gonna come out right here and do a big barrel roll. One reason I wanted to learn how to fly FPV was because I wanted to incorporate these very beautiful shots that I can get with the DJI system. The Avata 2 is going to be my next drone. And I wanted to be able to incorporate these beautiful shots like this that I can't get with a regular drone in the regular mode. And I'm going to land the drone right there in the grass. Wow, that was a long video. There was a lot to unpack. There's so many details because this is the most versatile drone. It's probably one of the better investments as far as a drone goes. It's not that expensive. It's not gonna break the bank, and it can grow with you. Like you saw, it goes from selfie mode into the various remote controllers that we can use, and then even into the pro FPV mode like you saw there at the end of the video. So if you have any questions about the DJI Neo, let me know in the comments down below. It would really mean the world to me if you like this video so that other people just like you who are interested in the DJI Neo are able to see this video. That really helps me grow the channel. Again, thank you for sticking around for such a long video, and I will see you in the next video.